到集体采访活动。我们在人民大会堂现场邀请部分前公征系
In
委
the hall,
员
we have
回
invited
答大
part
家
of
关心的
our
问题。
CPPCC
请
members
记
to
者在
take
提
your
问前
questions, and
先
also
自报家
before
门。
asking the questions,
下面
please
有请
identify
第一组
yourself.
委员入场。
Now
有
let's
请
invite the first group of CPPCC members.
请委员做自我介绍。
Self-introduction from our members.
记者朋友们，大家好。
Dear media
我是全国
friends,
政协运营
good afternoon.
来
I
自
am
华中
CPPCC
农业大学
member,
的严建
the
斌，我现在是
president
华
of
中农业大学
Huazhong
的校长。
Agricultural University Yan Jianbing.
大家下午好，
Good afternoon,
我
everyone.
是全国政协委员，
I'm also
国务
CPPCC
院发
member,
展研究中心
the former
原党组书记
secretary of the
马
leading
建堂
party members group of Development Research Center of the State Council Ma Jiantang.
大家下午好。
Good
我是
afternoon,
全国政协
everyone.
委员，来
As
自
a
中国医学
CPPCC
科学院
member,
肿瘤院
I am
肝
also
胆外
the
科
chief
副主任赵
physician
红。
of the Cancer Hospital
请记
Zhao
者提
Hong.
问。
Now
请举
let's
手示
open
意
the。floor to questions.
请西区那位穿灰色西服的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人。人
Thank
民日
you.
报社记者提
From
问。
People's
我的问题
Daily,
想提给
my
严建斌委
question
员。
goes to
委
member
员
Yan
您好
Jianbing.
我们知道粮食安全
As
关
we
乎
know,
国计民
food
生，手中有
security
粮，心中
matters
不慌。
to the safety
您
of our
作为农业
nation.
科技工作者，
And
今天
as an
能否为我们介
agriculture
绍一下
professional,
我
could
国
you
在
please
推进
introduce
农
to
业
us
科技创
about
新，提高粮食产
our
量和
efforts
质
in
量方面
improving
有哪些新
the
突破、新
food
进展？谢
production
谢。
and quality of our food production?
谢谢
And
这位
what are
记
the
者的提问。
breakthroughs made by China?
悠悠万事，
Thank
吃
you.
饭伟大。
Food
粮食安全
is the
呢
top
是国之大
priority,
责。去年
and food security
我们国家
matters
的
the
粮
most
食
to
总产
the
首
national
次突
security.
破了
Last year,
1.4
our
万
food
亿斤，
production
人均
exceeded
占有粮食
1.4
超过了
trillion
500
jin,
公斤，这个
with a
数
per
字
capita
超过
of
了公认的
500
国际
kilo,
粮食安全线400公斤。
which exceeds
这对于一
the
个有着
international
14亿人
threshold
口的
of
大
food
国而言，
security of
是一个
400 per
非
capita.
常了不起的
And
成就。
for a country with
俗话说啊，
1.4 population,
手中有粮，
1.4
心
billion
中不慌。
population, that's a great
我想这句
achievement.
话
Once
永
we
远
have
是
food
真理。
security, we are always
解决国家粮食安
reassured.
全，
To
一是
solve
要
the
长两
problem
有
of
余
food
地，
insecurity,
二是要
first of all,
长两有
we
计。
need to
我们
have
国家的
strategies
农
and
业科
have
技创新的整
land
体实力啊，应
supply.
该步入了世界第一方
China's
之地。
strength
农业
of
科技创
food
新的贡献
innovation
力
ranks
也
among
超
the
过了
top,
63%。
with over
那么这其中
63%
呢，
of
离不开农业科
agriculture
技工作者的辛
technologies
勤贡献，
that is
农业科技
indispensable
工作
from
者
the
被称为
contributions
追着
of
太阳
our
跑的，
agriculture
因为
technicians.
他们南
They are
返北
always
御，
chasing
追着太阳
the
跑，
sun.
顶着烈日干，一年四
They
季
have
都
been
是农
toiling
忙。
on the ground
培育
all
一个
year
新品种
round.
啊，少
And
则5-6年，
To breed
多则
a new
10-20
species may take like 5 to
其中
6
又只
years
有
the least and
相
even
当少的
20
一部
years
分
at
最
most.
终能够推向市场
Only very
大
few
面
of
积的应
those
用。
new breeds may be
有的人
marketed
可能
for
一辈子都在干着一
popularization.
件没有结果的事
Some
情。
technicians may
我的
have
团队
been
啊，就有
doing
这样一位
something
小伙子，
only in vain
他叫
all
李
through
文
their
强。
lifetime.
研究
My
生阶
colleague
段
Li
开始，
Wenqiang
他几
started
乎
his
每年都在南
research
繁基地
during his
迎
master
接
years,
新年
and
的
every
第一缕
year
阳光。
he
咱们
has
一代又一
always
代
spent
的
his
农业
time
科技工作
during
者
the Spring
就
Festival
这样
in the land.
辛勤耕耘在
Generations of
祖国的大地
agriculture
上。
technicians have
近年来，
been deeply
随着人
rooted
们
in
的
the
生活水
soil.
平的提高，人
Over
们
the
对于肉蛋
years,
奶的需
with
求
the improvement
越来越大。
of
这
people's
就提出了一
livelihood,
个新的
we
课
have
题，
higher
那就是
need
如
of
何保
the
障
food
饲料粮的供给。
necessities. So the
我们
next
知道啊，
task
传统
for
上
us
咱们饲料粮主要是
is
以玉
about
米
the
作为能
feed
量源，稻
security,
粕作为
like corn
蛋白源。
and
去年呢，
the
我们国家
rice
进口了 1.05
to be the
亿吨的
sources
大豆，
of
这其
protein.
中啊，绝
Last
大部
year,
分都
the
用作了
majority
这个
of
巨型的
soybeans
蛋白
have
饲料
been。used as feeds
如果完
for
全我们
the
要替
animals.
代这1亿吨大
So
豆的这个进口啊，
To
那我们
replace the
国家
import
得
of
新增
100 million
7到
tons
8
of
亿亩耕地。
soybeans, we may
大家
need
知道
to
我们国
allocate
家是一个
another
人口最
700 to
少的
800
基本的
million
地区，
mu land.
要新增这么多
But
耕地，
to
非常的困
increase
难。
the
那怎么
land
办？
area for farming,
我和
that's
我的
very
团队啊，过
challenging.
去几年就一直在思考，
Over the past years,
我们
my
能否
team has
把
been
提高玉米
contemplating
中
over
的蛋
that
白的
issue.
含
For
量作为一个
example,
目
by
标，这样
improving the
让玉米
protein
既当
content of
能量
corn.
源，
So
又当
corn
蛋
could
白
be the
罐，
energy
实现
source
以物
and
两
also
用。
the source of
所以
protein
过去几年
to be
我们和企业
dual
深度合
functional.
作，
So
已
last
经
year, we
培
have
育
been
了
working
多个
closely
蛋
with
白质含
some
量超过
corporates
10%
to
的品种，
breed
并且推广
the
了
species with over
1000多万亩。
40% of protein
我们
important with a growing area of 10 million mu. Last year, the corn production was 290 million tons. with over 1 percentage point increase of protein content. That is equivalent of 290,000 tons of protein more. And we can reduce the import of 7 to 8 million tons of soybeans. Every percentage point increase matters. And it is hard-won effort to increase the percentage point. With 1 more percentage point, we have more confidence about food security. Now, together with my team members, we are still striving for another percentage point increase so as to make more contributions to our national food security, so as to ensure that every Chinese person could have safe food.
谢谢严委员，请大家提问。
Thank you, Mr. Yan.
请举手
Next
示意。
question, please. Please raise your
东
hand.
区那位穿紫色衣服的记者提
Next
问。
question, please.
谢谢主持人。中央广播
Thank you.
电视总台央视记者提问
CMG.
我的问题想提给马建堂委
My
员。
question is
马委员您
directed
好，
to Ma
今年
Jiantang.
开年以来，我
Good
国科技
afternoon.
创新、
Since
电
the
影文
beginning
明
of the
等各方
year,
面展现出
Sci-Tech
勃勃生
innovation
机，新质生产力
and
拔节
the
生
movie
长。
industry
今
have
年
showed
是
great
“十四五”规划
momentum
收
of
官
growth,
之年
and，this
您
is
如何
the
看待今年
finishing
我
year
国
of
经
the
济的发
14th
展
five-year
前景？
plan, and
中
what is
国
your
经济
general
持
take
续
on
向好
China's
的底气
social
在
and
哪里？
economic
谢谢
developments,
您。
and what is the reason for you to believe in the
谢谢你的
fundamentals
提
of the
问。
Chinese economy?
过去1年
Thank you for your
的经济
question.
工作很不容易，
China's economy
取得的成
in
就
the past year
极不
has
平
been
凡。
hard-won, and we
面
have
对
achieved
风高浪急
a
的
great
国际环境和
progress
艰
and
巨繁重
achievements
的国内
facing
发展改革任务，
domestic and
以习
international
近平同志为核心的
turbulences
党中
and
央
changing situation.
团结带领
The
全国
CPPCC
各
Central
族人
Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core
综
has
合施策
united the
国民经
people
济
of
气温
all
向好，
ethnicities,
高质量
and
发
the
展，扎实
overall
推进，
economy is
胜
picking
利地
up,
完成了全年
and there
经
is
济
high
社会
quality economic
主要发
development,
展
and
目
we
标
have
任务，
achieved major targets set
不
for
仅为
the
“15”规划
economy
的圆
in
满
the
收官
year. This
打下
laid
了
a solid
坚实的基
foundation
础，
for the completion of the
也
14th
为
five-year
步履
plan,
维艰的
and
世界
also
经济注入了
injected
稳定向上的
stability
中国力
and
量，
a
彰显了
uptaking momentum
经济
to
大国
the
的
world economy,
强劲
and we
韧
have
性。
demonstrated the great resilience of a great
2025
economic power.
年是“15”的
The year
最后一年了。
2025 is the
做好
last
今
year
年
of
的经
the
济工作
14th
非常重
five-year
要。
plan. This year's
正
economic work
在
is
召
of
开
great
的两会
importance.
要讨
The
论
ongoing
要审
two
议
sessions
今年的
will
经济社会
deliberate
发展的主要目标任
over
务。
the main targets of
我
social
坚
and
信
economic developments in
中国经
2025.
济一
I'm
定能够
confident
在去
that the
年
Chinese economy
企稳回升
will,
向好的基
on the
础
basis
上
of the
更
achievements
上一
last
层
year,
楼，
make
取
even
得
greater
新进展。
progress
对此，
and
我们
progress.
有坚定的信心和深
For that,
厚的底
we
气。
are fully confident.
首先是因为我们有党中央的
First,
坚强领导。
this is because we have the
这些年来，
strong leadership of
中
the
国经济
CPPCC
能够
Central
克
Committee.
服
In
前
recent
沿道
years,
路
the
上
Chinese
的
economy
重重难
has
关
been，able to overcome
化
all
为
the
危机，
difficulties on our
难中
journey
有
ahead,
进。
and we are
无
able
论是党的
to
18大以来，
make important
我们取得
strides
诸多
ahead
方
of
面的历史性变
uncertainties.
化。
All the
还
historic
是去年，
achievements
中国经济走
are
出了
indispensable
前
from
高
the strong leadership
中
of the
低后
party.
扬
And
的
in
增长曲
last
线。
year, in particular, there is
从根本
a
上，
V curve
这
of
都归
the
因于
general economic
党中央
development, and this
对
is
经济工作的
fundamentally
集中
speaking
统一领导。
due to
归功于
the strong and
习近平
unified leadership
总
of the
书记的
CPC Central
把
Committee,
舵领
and this
航
is also thanks
这
to
是中国
the
经济这艘
strong
巨轮
leadership of General Secretary Xi
能够
Jinping.
乘风破浪，
The great
胜利到
vessel
达
of
彼
the
岸的
Chinese economy
最大
can
底气所在。
make important
第二，因为我们
strides
有
towards the future
充
because
足
we
的
have the strong
有力
leadership
的
of the
宏观调控工
CPC.
具。
And second, we
去年
have
底的中央
effective
经
and
济工作
solid
会议
macro
已经
control
确定，今年
means
要实施更
according
加
to the Central
积极
Economic
有
Work
为
Conference,
的
and
宏
we
观政
have
策。
to
要
practice
实施
a more
超
progressive
常规的
macroeconomic
密集
control
调整。
measures, and we need to also
财政政策
practice
要更加
super
有
long-term
力，
counter-cyclical controls,
比
and
方说
fiscal and
要
financial
适当地
policies
提
will
高
become more
财政收益率，
proactive, and we will
要适度增发
increase
国债
the
和地方专项债。
budgetary quota
只
and
要全国各地区各部
expand the
门
quota of
认真
local
贯彻
government
落实
debt, as long
党中
as
央的这些
the governments
大
of
政方
different
针，
levels can follow through the major strategies of the CPC, we will meet the expectations of the society, and the overall confidence of the society can be further boosted, and the China's economy will definitely make even greater progress and achievements. Third, we have the guarantees of comprehensively deepening reform and opening up. The third plenary session of the Chinese National Congress of the CPC drew the grand picture of comprehensively deepening reform. It outlined 360 reform tasks. Reform and opening up have traveled a journey of 46 years, and in recent decades, the historic transformation in different fields have proven that reform and opening up has been a key step that changes the destiny of the Chinese society. It is the fundamental driver of the Chinese economy. History will once again prove that reform and opening up will be a great tool for us to overcome difficulties going forward. It will also drive the further growth and robust recovery of the Chinese economy. Socialism is in action, and the great opportunities of the Chinese economy are also in full display, and we have to follow through the important leadership of the CPPCC Central Committee, engage in innovation and hard work so as to achieve the major economic and social development targets to be enshrined and established in this year's two sessions, and so as to inject more certainty into our economy.
请大家继续提问，请举手示意。西区那位穿浅紫色衣服的女记者，对。
谢谢主持人，我是光明日报记者，我的问题提给
From the
赵宏
Bright
委员。
Daily, my
赵
question
委员
goes
您
to
好，
Member Zhao Hong.
请问医药产业追赶
For
着
the
科技前
pharmaceutical
沿，
industry,
更
it's
承
been
载着
keeping
厚重
pace
的民
with
生
the
关
cutting
切。
edge
我
technologies,
国
and
近
also
年
it
创新
matters
药
to
界
people's
有怎样
livelihood.
的新发展？
What are the new
如何让
discoveries
科
of
技新成
innovative
果加
pharmaceutical
快转化
industry,
为
and
高
how
质量
can
药
we
械
better
产品，
translate
更
those
好
new
守护
results
人民群众
into
健康
pharmaceutical
福祉？
products
谢
so
谢。
as to benefit the general public?
好的，非常感谢这位记者的提问。
Thank you
那
for the
么我
question.
是95年上的协和医大，到今
I
年正
went
好30
to
年。
the
在这
university
30年
in
间，我有幸
1995.
亲
It's
眼
been
见
30
证了
years
中
time
国
in
生物
my
医药产
career,
业
and
的
I
高速发展。
witnessed the high-speed growth
其
of
实
China's
每一款创新
biopharmaceutical
药剂的
industry.
上市，
For
都意味着
every
患者多了一
innovative
份康复的希望。
pharmaceutical devices to be marketed, it represents new hope
我自己也
delivered
主持
to
过
the
实际上多
patients.
中心的
Over the
临床
years,
研
I
究。
participated in
我记得有一
many
位病人晚
multi-center
期肝癌
studies.
来的时
I
候
remember
肝脏肿
that
瘤
a
就非常
patient
大，
had
10
a
几公分
late
肺
stage
还有转移。那要放在以
cancer,
前呢，
and
他大概只有几个月的生
in the
存。
past, he may have
那么幸
only
运的是，
several
他
months
参加了
survival
当时
time.
一款
And
国产
luckily,
的
he
靶向联合免疫治
participated
疗的新药临
in
床实
a
验，并且出现了
targeted
奇迹，肺转移
clinical
消失
trial,
了，
and
肝脏
miracle
肿瘤
happened.
持续的缩小，最后我们成功给他做了
And
手术。
the
那么到现在
carcinoma
呢，这个病
area
人已经
decreased.
无
We
瘤
had a
生存4年多
successful
的时间了，
surgery as well.
并且他
And
当
that
时所
patient
采用的
has
治疗
another
方
4
案
years
也
of
已经获
survival.
批上市，
And that
成为晚
therapeutic
期肝癌
plan
一线治
was
疗的
also
标准方
marketed
案，
to become
给
the
更
first
多的
line
患者
therapy
带来了生的希望。
for the liver
那么
cancer
我作为一
patients.
名一直
He
在临
is
床一
a
线工作
new
的医生，
silver
要
lining.
问我
And as
说
a
最近几
physician
年最大
in
的
the
感
first
受
line,
是
if
什
you
么？
ask me what are my
我想，
feelings over
那
the
就是赶
years,
上了中
I
国生物
think
医药创新
I
发
have
展
to
的好
mention
时候。
about the
那么过
golden
去的一
era
年，
of the innovative drug
咱们国家批准
development
上市的
in
新药
China.
有
Over
48
the
个，
years,
器
we
械
have
有
marketed
65个，
another
在研新
48
药
new
的数量
drugs and
也已经跃
65
居全球第2位。
devices,
我不知道
ranking
大家
number
是否
2 in
经常
terms
关
of
注
the number
医
in the
药方
world.
面的一些
I'm
新
not
闻
sure if you have
最
paid
近有一
attention
条
to the
稍显
news
爆
in the
炸的消息
pharmaceutical sector.
讲一家
A
名不见
headline
经传的
recently
中国
is
企业
about
生产的新药，击
a
败
never
了全
known
世界最畅
enterprise in
销
China
的抗癌药。
to beat
但这其
the
实只
most
是一个缩影。
popular
那么
drug in
我
the
们看
world
到有更多
in
的
treating
国产
cancer.
的靶
It's a
向、
miniature
免疫、细胞治
showcasing
疗
that
药物
more
成功出海。
cell
那么我们自主
therapies
研
and
发的
targeted
手术
therapies
机器
from
人、
China
人工
are
心脏
exported
这些
overseas.
高端的医疗
Those
设备也先后的
therapies
问世。应该
used
说，在这一领
AI
域，我
robots
们已经
have
走
been
上
more
了一条
frequently used.
由仿到
And we
创、
have blazed
由
a
弱
new
到强的
trail.
康
We
庄大
are
道。
catching up with the others, and
当
then
然
we， gradually
创新药械的研
innovate
发是向
to
无人
lead
区
the
的
way.
探索。
Of course, It's uncharted area to develop those innovative drugs. They require heavy investment and they're involved with high risks. 1 billion investment, 10 years time, and less than 10% success rates are the normals for the sector. What are the roles of the physicians? We are sure of the pain points clinically. If we could cooperate at an earlier stage with the scientists for translational studies, we could be able to be the bridge between the ward and the lab. We did the same thing. Our MDT team and our research team worked together to develop the kits to screen the success ratio of liver cancer screening to be over 90% from the previously 60%. Of course, for any clinical study, it's wrapped up with many difficulties. But thanks to the understanding from the patients, we are always incentivized to forge ahead. I have a CAR-T patient with very severe infections. His families came to me without any complaint. Instead, he said, Dr. Zhao, what else can we do to this trial? Patients are the best teachers of the physicians. Thanks to their persistence and their courage, they light up the future of medicine. Every one of us is willing to witness more miracles. And as a doctor, I would be more than happy to see that the miracles in the past or in the eyes of others could be the normals of our daily work. And I'm convinced that with more clinicians devoting themselves to the new drug and appliances research, we could embrace more miracles, and we would have more tools to resort to bring about such miracles, because we could boost our capacity in that way, and we will never fail our people.
谢谢赵委员，感谢3位委员
Thank
接
you,
受
Mr.
采访。
Zhao, and thank you to all the 3 members of CPPCC.
下面有请第2组委员入场。
Now let's bring on the second group of members.
请委员做自我介绍。
Please introduce yourselves.
大家好，我是全
Good
国政协
afternoon.
委员、多模态人
I'm
工智能系统
CPPCC
全国重
member
点实验室主任
and Director
中
of
国科学院
Multimodal
院士
AI
乔
Systems
红。
Laboratory, Academician of the Chinese Academy of
大家
Sciences,
好，
Qiao
我是
Hong.
全国政协委员、
Good
南
afternoon.
方科技大
I'm a
学副校长
CPPCC
金
member
理。
and Vice President of Southern University of Science and Technology,
大家好
Jin Li.
我是全国
Good
政协委
afternoon.
员、首
I'm
创
a
环保集团
CPPCC
智慧
member
环保事业部
and
总经理
I'm General
黄
Manager
岩
of
松。
the Small Environmental Protection Division of Capital
请大家提
Environment
问。
Group.
请
My
举手
name
示
is
意。
Huang Miansong. Now the floor is open.
东区这位穿浅紫色衣服的
First
女记
question,
者。
please.
谢谢主持人。人民政协报、人民政协网记者提问。我的问题呢，
CPPCC
想提
paper
给乔红
and
委
its
员。
website.
乔委员
And
您
my
好
question is
我
to
们知道，
Qiao
作为
Hong.
新质生产力啊，
As a
近年来我国
new
的机器
quality
人产业
productive
加速发展。请
force
您为我们
and
介绍一
China's
下
AI
中国在机器人
industry
领
is
域
developing
取得了哪
very
些新的突
fastly,
破？
and
那
what
么
are
同
new
时，作为
progresses
国
and
家战略科
breakthroughs
技力
in
量，未
the
来我们还应该
robotics
在哪些
industry?
方面
And
发力
as
呢？
a
谢
key
谢。
driver of our economy, what are the
感
key
谢记者
laser
提问。
focuses going
我
forward?
国机器人技术
Thank
已
you for
经
your
得到
question.
飞跃
China's
式的发展。
robots
那
technology
么
is
和国际
making
的先进水平的距离显著
great
减少。
leaps and
近3
bounds
年，我国
ahead.
工业机
And
器
in
人的装
recent
载
years,
量
the
达
industrial
到全
robots
球的1/2以上。探月机
is
器人
accounting for
带回
more
月了。
than 50% in
从
terms
另外一
of
方面说，
installation.
人
And
形机器
our
人的技术迅
moon
猛发展。
rover has
大家
brought
知道，
back
人形
soils
机器
from
人
the
呢，
earth. And
它的
also
形状
humanoid
像人，
robots,
或者是仿
they
人。
resemble the
那么
shape of
它的
human
自由度
beings,
非常多，
and they are
它可
highly
以直接
flexible
使用
and
我们的
agile,
工具。
and they can
也就是
directly
说，
use
它很
our
可能
tools.
代替我
And
们
that is to
在
say
工
that
业、
they will
农
very
业、
likely
服务等
replace
多领域
human
完成
beings
多任务
in。agriculture,
它很可
in
能
the
在
service
不久的
industry,
将来
in
影响我们
accomplishing
的生产和
numerous
生活方
tasks,
式。
and in the
人
near
形机器
future,
人
and
不
they
仅
will
是
affect
人
the
工智
way
能
of
的
production
重要
and the
表
way
现
of
形式
living.
和重要载体，
Humanoid robots
也
are a
是
major
通用
embodiments of
实
the
体人工智能系
robotics
统的
industry,
典型
and
代
they
表。
are also
我所
an
在的中
example,
国科学院自动化
an
研究
embodiment
所
of
自主研
generative
发了 Q 系
AI
列人形
robots,
机器
and
人。
my
特别值得
laboratory
一提的
has
是，我们构建了
introduced a
人形机器人大工厂
humanoid
这一核心
robot
技术
system,
体
and
作。
we
核
established
心技术
a
体
giant
作
factory
通过智能
mechanism,
算法对硬件系
leveraging
统不足
smart
的补上，
algorithms.
通过类脑智
We are
能、神
able
经科
to
学、
integrate brain technology and artificial intelligence so that we can form a closed loop for our core technologies. And this generative AI robot factory is able to deliver high-performance robot system at a low cost so as to empower China's agriculture and industry. In order to ensure the sustainability of this general AI factory, we have formed a 12 toolkits. In the past 2 years, the humanoid robots factory has introduced numerous solutions that are applied in agriculture industry and the service industry. And in 2024, we were included as one of the top 10 national news rated by the CMG. And you may wonder, what is the next step forward? Actually, our robot system will undertake even greater tasks going forward. And we have to take into consideration the skill production of robots. And more importantly, we need to consider the reliability, interoperability and safety and security of robots. And this is not just the requirement of the market, but also the important and shared aspiration of Sci-Tech workers. How do we integrate generative AI into robots, and how do we coordinate that with the inner brain technology and the humanoid robots technology? And this is the common challenge facing all Sci-Tech workers. Going forward, we as part of the Sci-Tech movement of China, we will consolidate our advantages in human resources and talents so as to cement the foundation of China's technological endeavors. We will continue serving the society and the enterprises out there so that advanced technology will be spread to the entire economy just like dandelions, so that we can form new quality productive forces. When we gather together as technologies, we can truly make a big difference and contribute to the prosperity and livelihood of the country. Thank you very much.
请大家继续提问，请举手示意。请西区那位穿深色衣服的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人。新华社记者提问。
From Xinhua News Agency. My question goes to Member Jing Li. To actively respond to aging, China has taken multiple measures to develop more convenience for the seniors. And we believe that there would be more opportunities for the industry to serve the seniors. What will be the opportunities and how will those opportunities influence the lives of the seniors? Thank you for the question. Every household has certain seniors, and the demographic structure has been changing in the world. For the age group above 60, the number of population in China is over 300 million, and by 2035, that number would be exceeding 400 million. Aging doesn't mean we are losing the demographic dividend. With the educational improvement and people's better health status, the seniors could still play a big role. Last year, the dean of the business school of Singapore State University joined my university to develop a new school of entrepreneurship and innovation. I think he has the right time to play his role. They still have vitality. They're in good shape. They are very experienced and energetic as well. They could build some think tanks and play their role in the think tanks. So there would be still some dividend from the seniors. Many friends around me are retiring over the years, and we talk a lot about how to keep ourselves well after retirement. We believe that that would be the good opportunity for the economy to serve the seniors. And we still have some material need as daily necessities, but still they have some entertainment needs. So In terms of demand and supply, there are still big room to develop the silver economy. By 2035, the scale of silver economy would register 30 trillion RMB yuan. By 2050, silver economy can support 100 million new job opportunities. So that's a very big opportunity to inject new vitality to China's economy. On one end, it's about people's livelihood. On the other end, it matters to our industry. And the inclusive elderly care topics have been very popular over the years, and I'm delighted to see that the Chinese government pays more attention to silver economy, and we work on people's livelihood improvement, and for another, we are aggressively developing the silver economy. Silver economy is also culturally based. In the essence, we are discussing how to generate warmth, to care for the people. How can we get old elegantly? It's about the survival of the seniors and also their spiritual needs. Finally, I have to say that silver economy is also a business concerning the youth. It's, after all, a very young economy. So let's work together to serve the benefits of the seniors so the old people could be well raised and still have some entertainment. Thank you.
Next question, please.
谢谢主持人。经济日报记者提
Thank you.
问，
Economic
我的问
Daily.
题想提给
My
黄面松委
question
员
is to
黄委员您好，我
Huang
们
Mianzong.
了解到，伴随着美丽中
To
国
our
建设
knowledge,
深入推进，
as
我
we
国生态
progress
环
with
保
the
产业
Beautiful
快
China
速发
initiative,
展。
the
您认为
environmental
当
protection
前生
industry
态环
is
保产
making
业发
important
展取得了
strides
哪些成
ahead.
果？
And what are the
给咱
major
老百姓的
progress
生
we have
活
made in this
带来了
regard,
哪
and
些
how
便
have
利？谢
they
谢。
benefited the life of
好的，谢
the
谢这位记者
Chinese?
的提问。
Thank
近
you
年
for your
来，
question.
随着生态文明建设的
In
不
recent
断深入
years,
推进，
as we
我们周围的
deepen
环境
our
得到了
efforts
根本性
in
的改善，生态环
ecological
保
and
产业
environmental
也实现了
protection,
快速发展。
this industry
我的
has
家乡在宁
improved
夏，
dramatically.
这些年
I'm
呢
from
也一直在宁
Ningxia.
夏开展水环
In
境治
recent
理的工
years,
作
I have been
亲
engaged
眼见证
in
了
water
这里发生翻
environmental
天覆地的变化。
work in Ningxia. I have
是宁夏
witnessed
国的
myself
母亲
the drastic changes.
原来在
The
河边
Qingxi
上呢
River
有
is
一
our
些城
mother
中
river,
村
and
和菜市场，
in the
污水呢
past,
直接排放到
both
河里，
sides of the
使得
river
河
there
水
are
又
some
黑又
villages
臭。
and factories
经过这些年
who
长期不懈的生态环境治
directly
理，亲人和现
discharge
在
their
已经
polluted
变
water
得
into the
名副
river.
其实，水
So
清岸绿。
over the past few years, we have engaged in restoration efforts, and now we have lucid waters. And each and every day, there are a great number of people who came to the waterfront for entertainment and relaxation. So many Chinese have taken the initiative to safeguard China's lush mountains and lucid waters. This has improved the quality of life in China, and Huyuan, for example, was enlisted as a World Cultural Heritage site by UNESCO. There was some relocations in the past for the protection of ecology, and through continuous efforts of those residents that were relocated, the local place has also introduced the grape wine industry, and many of the Gobi deserts have been transformed into lush land. And the place now accounts for 40% of the total production of grape wines in China, and it has also become one of the 6 leading industries in Ningxia. I know a Gen Z from Ningxia. Her parents and grandparents are grape farmers, and when she graduated from university, she led her fellow villagers in planting grape yards, and each move of grape yard can generate an income of 300,000 at the foot of Helan Mountain, and above those dilapidated mining holes, a park has erected. Now it has become a must-visit place featuring grape wine production and tourism. with the development of featured economies in Ningxia, we have benefited more than 300,000 residents who have been relocated for ecological protection. The concept that large mountains and lucid waters are invaluable assets have now taken root in the minds and hearts of all the Chinese. But as of the end of last year, there were 3.4 million practitioners in the environmental industry, with a total operating revenue of 2 trillion RMB, which increased by 4-fold compared to 4 years ago. It has already become an important driver and supporter of the Chinese economy. As we deepen our efforts, the quality of environment will continue to improve, and the robust growth of the environmental industry will inject more momentum to the Beautiful China initiative, so that we not only have a good industry of investment, but also deliver fresh air to the population.
感谢三位委员接受采访。下面有请第
Now
三
let's
组委员
invite
入
the
场。
third group of members.
请委员做自我介绍。
Self-introduction from the members.
我是全国政协委员。
I am CPPCC member, the chairperson of Jiangsu Provincial Committee of Jiusan Society, Zhou Lan.
大家好。
Hello
我是全
everyone.
国政协委员，
I am a
全国政协外委
CPPCC
会
member
副主任林
and
松天。
Deputy Director of the Foreign Affairs Committee,
请记
Lin
者提问
Songtian.
请举手示意。
Now we open the
好，
floor to
请东区
questions.
这位穿粉色衣服的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人。
Thank
中央
you.
广播电视总台
From
央广
CMG.
记者提问。我的问题呢提给周
My
兰委员。
question goes to
周委员
Member
您
Zhou
好
Lan.
我们知道您一直致力于城市更
Madam
新
Zhou,
行
we know
动。
that
我们也
you've
报
been
道过像
dedicated
扬州
to
仁
the
丰
city's
这样的城
revival.
市更新项目，
And
看到那里在
Yangzhou
更新之
City
后啊，
is a
业
good
态丰
example.
富，
We
环
have
境优
covered
美，
about
那
this
这是如
program
何
with
做到
very
的？
beautiful
您认为我
environment
们在
and
推荐
very
城市更
rich
新行
business
动的进程
options.
当
How
中
did you
最
do
关键
that?
的是要做到
And
什
what do
么？
you
谢
think
谢
is the most important thing for the urban
谢谢记者
renewal?
感谢您关注
Thank you for the
全国
question.
关注江苏的城
And
市
thank you
更
for your
新
attention
行动
paid to the campaigns in Jiangsu for the purpose of urban renewal.
是政府
The case you
百姓
mentioned
市场三
was
方携
thanks
手
to
共
the
建的
efforts by
结
the
果。
government,
政
the
府的一
market,
期工
and
程
the
呢，实
public.
施的是
The Phase 1
水电气
project
管网改造、
was about
消防
the
能力
renovation
提升
of
和
the
口袋公
utilities,
园建设，
firefighting
同时
facilities,
呢，也积极
and the
发动
parks
沿线的居
development.
民和
And
商
also
户
we
参
mobilize
与进来，
the civilians
带动
living
了
in the
46
neighborhood
户
as
居
well
民
as
和
the
62家
business
商户
owners
的
to
自
be
我
part
更
of the
新，
campaign.
撬 投
We have
了
renewed
民间投资
62 stores
8200
and
多万
we
元。
have attracted
那修山河的老
82
建筑
million
呢，还
RMB
吸引
yuan
了不少年
investment
轻
from
人
the
的创客空间。
public. And
还有
also we
非
have
遗文
created
化工作
many
室，
spaces
也
of
为老城
innovation
增
as
加
well
了
as
500多
spaces for the
个就业岗
development
位。
of intangible cultural
那在
heritages.
全国
We
各
also
地呢，
created
像
another
这样的
500 job
城市有机更
opportunities
新
for the
案例还
locals.
有很多。
There are still many
比
more
如
such
南
cases
京
of
的小
urban
西
renewal.
湖，
For example,
苏州的
Xiaoxihu
石
from
泉街，
Nanjing,
上海的
Shiquanjie
田
Street
字
in
坊，
Suzhou,
北
and
京的
Tianzifang
亮马
Street in
河，
Shanghai,
广州的
Liangmahe
金
River
坊
in
等等，
Beijing, and
都在
Qingfang in
改善老
Guangzhou.
百姓
All
生
of
活环境的
those
同
are
时，
good
拉
examples to
动了城市
improve
的
the
营销
living
投
environment
资，
of the general
在保
public,
护
and at the
城
same
市历史
time
文脉的同时，
attracting more
提升了
investment in the
城市的
city.
时代竞争
We
力。
have
那么
improved
到
the
目前为止呢，
competitiveness of
全
those
国已
cities
实施
with the
了
efforts of
超过
renewal.
6.6
Right now,
万个
nationwide,
城市更新项目，
over
改造了25
66,000
万个
urban
老
renewal
旧小
projects
区，
are in place,
让1亿多人
renovating
因此
over
直接得益。那
25,000,
不同于新区建设，
250,000
城市更新行
projects,
动是对城市
especially the
现有区域
dilapidated
的
old
改善和
neighborhoods.
优化，
We
比如
have
大家比
improved
较熟
the
悉
living
的老旧
environment
小
of
区
the
改造、
neighborhoods, for
老旧管网
example,
升级、
to
一老一小
improve
建
the
设、社
pipelines
区设施
and
配
to
套，
build up
还有
some
老旧
new
厂区转
facilities in
型、
the
历史街区
neighborhoods
保护
and
等
turn
等
the。old
那我
factories
体会
into
呢，
new
在城市更
spaces
新
and
的实践过
protecting
程中，
some
需要3方面
well-preserved
形
old
成合
streets.
力，把好
It
4个环
needs
节。
more cooperation
3
from
方
three
面形成
parties
合
to
力呢，
work
是
on 4
在
areas.
制
For
定
the
城
three
市更新
parties,
规划的时候，
when we
政
plan
府要发
for
动老
urban
百姓
renewal,
和
the
市场主
government
体积极
must
参与，
give play
让
to
大
the
家来
market
提意
players
见、
and
讲
the
需
general
求、出
public
主
to
意，
raise
来
their
找准
ideas,
老
their
百姓的
needs,
急难愁
so we could target precisely the pain points of the public and the society at large. And in that way, we could better target the position of the city's urban renewal. Second, in terms of planning, designing, construction, and operation, we need a systemic approach. The planning requires all parties to sit together. And for design, the designer's artistic appeal plays its role so that those projects could have some local features and add more value to construction. For construction phase, we need sustainability of the construction phase to minimize the footprints for the locals. For operation, we must introduce patient investment. We must turn those former short-term interest pursuing developers into long-term operators. And they live and get along well together for a long time with the locals. And finally, our original mission. We are people-centered. With every warm urban renewal practice, we aim to deliver safer houses for the public, provide more convenience for the civilians, and better environment for living.
Thank you. Next question, please.
请西区那位穿西服的男记者提问。
谢谢主持人，我是中新社记者。我的问题提给林松天委员。林委员您好，共建“一带一路”倡议自2013年提出以来，以逐步发展成为深受欢迎的国际公共产品和合作平台。多年来从事对外工作，您如何看待共建“一带一路”在增进各国人民福祉方面的进展？有哪些面向深刻的合作成果？谢谢中新社记者朋友。
Thank you for your
共建“一
question.
带一路”是中外各界
Jointly building the
都关
Belt
心
and Road
关注的话
Initiative
题。
is
借此
an
机会
important，topic
我愿
at the
分享
global
一些
stage.
见闻和
Taking
感
this
受。
opportunity, let me share
10
with
多
you
年
my
来，
observations.
共建“
Over
一
the
带一
past
路”
decade,
始终秉持共商、共
the
建、共
BRI
享三共原则，
adhered to principles of
致
extensive
力政策沟通、
consultation,
设
joint
施联
contribution,
通、
and shared benefits. It has
贸易畅
been
通、资
committed
金融
to
通、民心相通、
interconnectivity
互通建设，
and mutual investment and trade and people-to-people exchanges and its benefits
引领
are
世界
shared by
走出了
people
一
from
条
more than
合作
150
共赢、
countries, and it
共
has
同发
traveled
展
a
新路。
path of win-win cooperation
通
and shared
达
development.
共建“一带一路”带动了共
Interconnectivity
建
is
国家
very
发展，
important.
优化了投资
BRI
环境，
optimized
建成了
the
众
investment
多经济特
environment
区
and
产业
delivered
园区，
multiple industrial
创造
parks
大
and
量的就
special
业，
economic
改
zones,
善了民生
which，also
也让
created
中国企业
numerous
走出去发
jobs
展，
and
有
improved
了落
people's
地的园区
livelihood.
和配套
Now
的
it has
基础
become
设
much
施、
easier for
政
Chinese
策、
enterprises to go
法律
global. There are
和
preferential
服务保障，
policies
促进
and
了中
and
国同共
guarantees
建
of
国家
success.
经贸互利合作和文明互鉴，
China is now
为中国是
joining
现代
hands
化
with other
和
countries
世界的
in
共同发展，
jointly
注入了
advancing the
强
world
劲动力。
economy. It has injected strong
一通
impetus
百通
to the development
一
of the
个
world
个
economy.
“一带一路”旗舰工
With
程，创造
connectivity
了举
comes
世瞩目的综合
success,
效益。
and there is
在亚洲，
enormous
中老
impact
铁路让
created
老挝
by
实
the
现了从
BRI.
陆属国到陆
In
联
Asia,
国的华丽转变。
Railways
促
are
进了
transforming
老挝
people's
经济社
lives.
会
For example,
全面
in
发展，
Laos, and we
推动
have
中国
advanced
门自贸
the
区建
comprehensive
设，
social and
促
economic
进
developments in
区
Laos
域发
through the
展。
BRI, through one
在
railway
非
project.
洲，
In Africa,
我多次到访埃塞俄比
I
亚，
have paid multiple visits
不久前
to
再访埃
Ethiopia.
塞。
And not long ago, I
我让
just
我
paid
深受
another visit. What
深
I'm
切感
truly
受到，如今的
inspired
埃塞
is that
以今为昔，
Ethiopia today is
首都高楼林立，
not
现
what
代
it
化的
can
街
imagine
道
in the
道路
past. You
让
can
人
see
耳目
modern
一新。
highways
其中
and
亚际铁路
airports.
让1亿多
One
埃塞人
railway
有了
in
出港口，
Ethiopia
助力埃塞
has
走
made
上
it
了
possible for
减贫发
many
展
of the
快车道。
Ethiopian enterprises to connect
在
to the
拉美
seaport. In
秘
Latin
鲁的
America,
天开港
in
助力拉美打开
a
了
port
太
in
平洋港口，
Peru has
让南美
opened
洲
the
拥有
door
首
of
个
the
绿色
Pacific
智
in
慧
the
的枢
south.
纽港，
So this is the
让
first green
中拉
and
经贸
smart
互利合作
seaport
更
in
具
Latin
竞争力，
America.
促进
That
了
is
共同
making China-Latin cooperation more
中欧邦链
competitive.
通达欧洲20个国家，
China-Europe Express Rail is now connected to more than 20 countries in Europe, connecting more than 220cities. We have operated already more than 100,000 pairs of trains, and this is jointly writing the chapter of friendly cooperation between China and Europe.
共建“一带一路”，利国利民。
Reality has shown that the BRI can benefit people's livelihood and contribute to the entire humanity. And this is a world and century project that will leave a footprint for decades to come. And we believe the BRI will help empower the dreams of all Chinese, and it will benefit all the peoples in the world with more opportunities and prosperity. Thank you very much. Thank you to both members of the CPPCC. Thank you to friends from the media, and this is the end of today's members' corridor. On the morning of March the 7th, we're going to host the second members' corridor. Please stay tuned. Thank you.